Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be looking at Abraham in the Bible. In particular, we're going to be answering the question, who was Abraham in the Bible? So if you're ready to learn more about Abraham, let's get into it. Now, for those of you who may not know, Abraham is considered by Christians, Muslims, and Jews to be the father of faith, and he is said to be the first person to believe in and worship the one true God. Now, his story is told in the book of Genesis, chapters 12 through 25. And the name Abraham actually means father of many, which is a prophecy that is fulfilled when he becomes the ancestor of many people. His original name was Abram, but it was changed to Abraham by God himself. And this occurred after Abram rescued Lot, his nephew, from the kings who had captured him. Now, this took place in the city of Sodom, which was located in the region of Sodom and Gomorrah. After this event, God appeared to Abram and told him that his name would no longer be Abram, but rather Abraham, because he had shown great faith and obedience to God by rescuing Lot. So now, Abraham is considered to be the father of the three great monotheistic religions, which are Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And his descendants are said to be the chosen people through whom God will bless all the families of the earth. Now, Abraham is also known for his faith in God and his willingness to follow God's commands even when they were difficult or seemed impossible. For example, in Genesis chapter 22, God asked Abraham to sacrifice his only son, Isaac, as a burnt offering. Now, this was a test of Abraham's faith, and he was willing to sacrifice his son because he believed that God could raise him from the dead. And this demonstrates his trust in God's promises and his willingness to obey God's commands. Now, ultimately, God did not require Isaac's sacrifice, and instead, an angel stayed Abraham's hand and provided a ram to sacrifice instead. And this was an important moment in Abraham's life because it showed him that God was merciful and that he was willing to forgive and have mercy on those who trusted in him. Abraham is also known for his hospitality, as seen in Genesis chapter 8, when he welcomed three travelers who turned out to be angels in disguise. He treated them with respect and offered them food and water, and he even entertained them for several days before they continued on their journey. Now, this is an example of Abraham's faith in God and his willingness to follow God's commands, because the three travelers were actually angels who were sent by God to deliver a message to Abraham. And if he had not treated them with hospitality, he would have missed an important opportunity to receive God's message. Now, his faith is also evident in his covenant with God, which is established in Genesis chapter 7. God promised to give Abraham and his descendants the land of Canaan as an everlasting possession, and he promised to make their offspring as numerous as the stars in the sky. And this covenant was a significant event in Abraham's life because it gave him and his descendants a sense of identity and purpose. It also gave him hope for the future, because he knew that his descendants would one day possess the land of Canaan as their own. And finally, Abraham is also known for his wisdom and his ability to negotiate and mediate between people. In Genesis chapter 24, he sent his servant, Eliezer, to find a wife for his son Isaac from among his relatives in Mesopotamia. And Eliezer was able to find a suitable wife for Isaac. And this showed Abraham his faith in God, his promises, and his trust in the God of his fathers. So those are just some of the things that Abraham is known for in the Bible. He is a central figure in the Old Testament, and his story is foundational to the stories of the Israelites and the Jews. And if you want to learn more about him, I highly recommend reading the book of Genesis, which tells his story in detail. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you learned something new about Abraham. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you never miss one of my videos. Thanks for watching.